President Biden announcing all U.S. troops will leave Afghanistan by 9/11. But our next guest warns this puts America at risk and creates a safe haven for terrorists. GOP Congressman, Green Beret person himself, National Guard member currently, Michael Waltz. He commanded a Special Forces unit and multiple deployments in Afghanistan. Do you support this, Congressman?
Well, no, Brian, I don't. First of all, doing it on 9/11 is just an insult to so many of us who have served, and frankly, to the families to have that kind of Saigon moment, which we very well could on that anniversary. I just think is a boneheaded idea. But more broadly, Brian, this is Obama in Iraq all over again, right? Where he just yanked everyone out. ISIS came roaring back. We had attacks all over Europe, the United States. They had a caliphate the size of Indiana. American citizens in orange jumpsuits getting beheaded. The intelligence community is clear that that is what it will happen with Al-Qaeda and possibly ISIS too in Afghanistan. But here's the difference, and here's why this is so much worse. You have a lot of bases in the Middle East around Iraq that we could launch back in from. In Afghanistan, you have China, Russia, Iran, and Pakistan. You don't have a lot of options there. You don't have any options to really go back in, number one. And then number two, one of his main reasons for doing this was the shift to great power competition. Look, you know how strongly I feel that China is a threat to this country. But look where Afghanistan is. It's the only country in the world where we have a base bordering China. It's on the southern flank of Russia and the eastern flank of Iran. Why would we just give that territory up? It really makes absolutely no sense. We need to leave a small presence behind that can continue to keep the pressure on. Let's fight over there, and let's continue to train, equip, and get the Afghan army to a better place so that one day we truly can leave.
So you're saying every day we're there is an advantage for us because we're getting intelligence on the ground, understanding that ISIS and Al-Qaeda continue to try to reconstitute itself. At the same time, keep a window on China, Russia, and Pakistan. We just got this word. Anthony Blinken, an unannounced visit, is in Afghanistan. They say selling the withdrawal to the Afghanis. We also have NATO partners. It's not even clear if we gave them a heads up.
Yeah.
But the New York Times, I want you to answer that. But also, the New York Times has a story today that we're going to not repeat the mistake of Iraq, and we're going to try to have a role in there from afar.
Yeah, Brian, here's one thing to understand. When the military goes, the contract support that we have to the Afghan forces, that will also go. There's nearly 20,000 contractors there. NATO is going to go. And most importantly, the CIA and our intelligence presence is going to go as well. So we will be in many ways blind. Biden's CIA chief all but admitted that yesterday in a hearing. We'll be blind. We won't have an Afghan army there. The government will likely collapse under the pressure of Taliban attacks. And then we're going to have to fight our way back in. And that is incredibly frustrating and disturbing to me if we just left a small presence there, which is exactly what the military was arguing to Obama in Iraq, then we could avoid all of this. But this is a pathway to another 9/11. They will launch attacks back into the United States. The intelligence community is clear. This is doing this for symbolic and political reasons. It doesn't make any sense. Brian, if the goal is to just bring a few thousand troops home, we didn't have any casualties in Afghanistan last year. We had 6 the year before. We lost more in Navy training accidents around the world than we did in Afghanistan. If you want to bring a few thousand troops home, we still have 50,000 in Japan, 30,000 in Germany. We still have some in the Sinai. Watching ships go by. There are other places if you want to reduce our footprint around the world that's not sitting on half the world's terrorist organizations.
If you want to say that ISIS and Al-Qaeda are not a threat to America, this is a good move. But if you're going to say they are, then it's not. And if you want to say it's okay for China to come in and Iran's presence to grow, then have at it. And guess what? The Taliban and Al-Qaeda say we won. We beat the Soviets, and now we beat the Americans. And that's just the way it plays in that region. You can say whatever you want.
No, that's absolutely right. This is a huge propaganda victory for the Taliban, for the Islamic extremists. Again, we have to fight forward. This war against Islamic extremism, just like the war against communism, fascism, it's an ideology. It is going to take a long time, unfortunately, but we have to fight it in places like Kandahar and Kabul, not in places like Kansas City, which is exactly where al-Qaeda wants to fight this. They want to fight this in America's backyard. I want to fight it in their backyard. But one way or another, pulling a few thousand troops out doesn't make the war against Islamic extremism end, and it certainly isn't going to stop their attacks.
I listen to you, I listen to Liz Cheney, hopefully, and Senator Lindsey Graham, too. Hopefully, Joe Biden is listening, but I get the sense he isn't. Michael Waltz, thanks so much.
And Brian, by the way, we still have American Mark Furix being held hostage by the Taliban right now. Are we going to abandon them like Obama did the hostages in Iran? Right. I certainly hope not. All right. Thank you.
I think we are. Congressman Michael Waltz, thank you.